Okay, everybody. In week 2, we're talking about The Rich Get Richer and the Poor Get Prison, chapter 2, in addition to the other content that you have available for you on Canvas. So, in this chapter, the authors are talking about how some of the greatest dangers we face in society come from actions and acts that are not ever labeled as crime. And inclusion of some acts and not others shows that our criminal law does not actually reflect an objective reality about what is dangerous. And this magnifies the threat of street crime over other very harmful acts. The acts we label as crime and the actors we label as criminal are therefore created. The criminal justice system is a mirror that shows a distorted image of the dangers that threaten us. And most of the dangers that we are thinking about become part of the reality that is reflected back from that mirror, though those actions are not actually so dangerous in the grand scheme of things. The greatest dangers are not reflected back to us. So the person at the end of the road in prison is likely to be a member of the lowest socioeconomic status in this country. So the authors talk about 5 hypotheses on how the public image of crime is created. And at each stage, the decisions that are made do not reflect the real and most serious dangers. So first are the decisions of our lawmakers, the decisions of legislators. Next is the decisions of police and prosecutors, then the decisions of juries and judges, then the decisions of sentencing judges, and then all of those decisions together. So the media sort of acts as a conveyor belt where we accept a legal system that leaves us unprotected. And yet, day after day, we defend that system. So there are 4 defenses to the present order. Someone who purposely tries to harm another is really more evil than someone who does so without aiming to. And we could debate whether that is true. That being harmed directly by someone is more terrifying than being harmed indirectly and impersonally. And that someone who harms someone in an illegitimate and self-interested way is more evil than somebody who harms someone during a legitimate and socially productive endeavor. Like so many of the white-collar enterprises that we see, a lot of the business, a lot of the industry where harm occurs, that somehow that is more legitimate and socially productive and therefore less criminal. And then finally, the harms of typical crimes are imposed on victims against their will, whereas harms from other instances from industry is consented to. So I want you to spend some time thinking about the 4 defenses to our present order, because I think there's a lot of really juicy meat there to think through. And then finally, the authors talk about how the criminal justice system operates after the most dangerous acts by the well-to-do have been excluded from the definition of crime itself. And so that's really at the heart of chapter 2 of this book. And I'm sure you will have a lot to say in the writing that you do. Thank you so much.